Michael Jordan, averaging 39 points a game in first-round playoff games. Del Harris, who was with Rick Barry when Rick was closing out his career down in Houston, and then with Milwaukee. And Phil Jackson led Bulls to the second-best record in their team history, 55 wins this year, his first as head coach of the Chicago Bulls. Calling the game, Ed T. Rush, Bill Oakes, and Don Baden. Milwaukee wins the tip. We're underway from Chicago.
Let's watch that matchup between Sickman and Cartwright. No love lost there. They've had a couple of pretty good battles. Cartwright flattened them in a game earlier, or actually last year.
Robertson over Cartwright. Rebound to Pippen. Robertson steals it, takes it to the hole for the jam.
Alvin Robertson.
Big play by Robertson. Missed his jumper, stole it from Cartwright. Here's Cartwright taking it inside early. Pass Lowhouse, and it's tied at 2. Jay Humphries, Alvin Robertson at the guards against Paxson and Jordan for Chicago. Sikma to Robertson. They've got Pippen on Sikma. Robertson gets the roll. He has all 4 of Milwaukee's early points.
Del Harris also going to be throwing a little different look at the Bulls here offensively. He's put in some plays with some different looks to try and perhaps confuse them a bit. And this is not what the Bulls are going to be accustomed to have seen before.
Grant comes off a screen and sticks the 18-foot jump shot. Horace Grant, who was vocal in the newspapers here, say he doesn't think he's been treated fairly financially by the Bulls. Wants to be traded after the season.
That's a great way to start the playoffs, isn't it? One of your key players making that kind of statement.
Jordan playing Robertson. Shot clock down to 5, 4, 3. Here comes Jordan. It's 3 on 2. Michael will pull up from 17.
Del Harris kind of looks like a third base coach out there with the signals he's given for the plays he wants to run.
These guys have to have master's degrees to understand Del Harris signals. Apparently they do. They've played well despite missing 235 player games with injuries. Looked like volleyball. Pippen batting it back to Roberts. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Milwaukee running it all the way down as the Bulls have played good defense. The foul is against Milwaukee. Alvin Robertson's first.
Can't afford to get Robinson in trouble. He does so many things for this Buck team. We look at some of the keys for the ball game tonight. For the Bucks, they have to try to control the tempo. Don't want to get into a big running game. Patience with their offense to get those good shots and establish some kind of an inside game. They really don't have a great post-up player. Ricky Pierce will post up as a guard.
Michael Jordan was left about a foot away from Robertson, and Jordan sticks it from about 19 feet. Does Michael have on some new shoes tonight?
In fact, all the Bulls have black shoes on.
Look like the Philadelphia 76ers. They'll love that comparison. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Once again, Milwaukee running that clock all the way down. 2 seconds, Sikma from long range.
That's what they want to do, just eat up the clock. They don't want to get into that running game. But I'd be worried if I was on the Bucks and having watched Michael shoot his first 2 shots. He looks like he's got the nice, smooth rhythm going for himself tonight.
He certainly had it. Our last regular season game with the Bulls at Boston. Chicago hasn't missed yet from the field. Pippen kicks it to Grant. Back to Pippen with 5 on the shot clock. The double clutch will fall for Scottie Pippen. Bulls 5 out of 5. And lead 10-6. First round, game 1, Eastern Conference. It's the first of our doubleheader tonight. We'll be going to Los Angeles after this ball game for the Lakers and the Rockets. Sikma, that shot clock down to 5 seconds. Tipped away by Pippen. Jordan, the no-look to the streaking Horace Grant. Out of bounds, it'll belong to Milwaukee. Keys to this game for Chicago.
Well, they got to try and play against this pick and roll play between Sikma and Humphries, which can cause them some problems. Also defend the guards. A lot of really good big guards for this Milwaukee team, especially when they bring people off the bench and try to disrupt their offense. We can look at some pressing and traps.
The lob out of place, and Alvin Robertson couldn't get it to jam it. John Paxson and Jordan. The Bulls try to lob right back. Shot clock down to 10 seconds, and Pippen throws it away. 10-6 Chicago, 7:54 to go first quarter.
See, there's Dell over there. You saw him in between the players giving signals again.
Hit and run.
Yeah, he really wants to control things here. I mean, that's not the normal pattern for the majority of coaches in this league, calling that many plays, but we'll see how it works for Milwaukee tonight.
Jay Humphries on the drive. He draws the foul, doesn't get the basket.
Hey, lucky he didn't turn his ankle because he stepped on the side of someone's foot, and that's normally where a lot of ankle sprains come from.
That's going to be Horace Grant picking up his first personal. Look at Phil Jackson's new tie. You know, the most improved players in the league could be Reggie Miller, could be Ronnie Cycli, but most improved tie on a coach could go to Phil Jackson.
Well, I can appreciate ties like that.
He's come a long way. You know, he bought a series of wild ties for his entire coaching staff.
Yeah, Johnny Bach, I can see Johnny's got a kind of wild one on.
Yeah, that's not a Johnny Bach tie. I have a feeling that's a reluctant sartorial move by Johnny. Humphries at the line, averaging 15.3. You see career highs in two areas. Career high, 3.3 rebounds. Not bad for a guard, however.
Yeah, especially a point guard. He's done a nice job and a nice steady player for them.
It's a 2-point Bulls lead. The Bulls lost the regular season opener to Milwaukee, then won the next 4 games. Jordan with the double clutch. Own rebound. And the foul. Jordan has 6, an opportunity for 7.
Del Harris wanted the traveling call. Let's watch him as he's going to have to double clutch this shot. Humphries having fallen down, allowing the penetration. There's the double clutch. He goes right in. Nobody there, of course, to screen him out. Came right back to him. Del Harris wanted the travel, but as you can see, there was no traveling on the part of Michael Jordan as he knocks in the free throw.
Here's some pressure. Sigma picked up the personal for Milwaukee. Fred Roberts, strong to the hoop. And that's what
I like to see a team do when a team will come out and put the full court pressure on you, do some trapping, is to go ahead and attack them. Especially when you get the numbers down the other end, put a little bit of heat on them, make them think twice about coming out and doing that again. You burn them a few times and they have to adjust.
Cartwright's first personal. Roberts in his 7th year from Brigham Young, former Boston Celtic. Bigger than he looks. He's a 6'10" forward. Sometimes I think teams forget that he's a sizable player.
Yeah, you know, one of the things, too, about when they start running this trap out, you have Cartwright's in the ball game. You know, Bill isn't exactly the most intimidating guy back there as far as blocking shots. It's not quite like the Knicks throwing the trap press at you and having Patrick Ewing the back man.
13-10, Bulls by 3, 7:17 to go first quarter. Jordan with Humphries right in his face. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Pippen against Fred Roberts. Down to 4 seconds. Paxson open from the corner. He'll stick that about every time.
That's not a good double team by Alvin Robertson. They had good defensive position, Roberts on Scotty that time, and he left a really good shooter open. And you saw what happened.
That's an automatic for Paxson. Chicago 7 out of 8 from the floor. The lead by 5. Lohaus for 3. The 7-footer.
Yeah, well, there's 2 7-footers, Sigma, Lohaus, who like to shoot the 3-point shot. Kind of strange, but they're effective with it.
Bulls by 2. Both teams being very patient early on. 7 on the shot clock for Chicago. Cartwright against Sigma. 3 on the shot clock. Sigma keeps him away from the hoop nicely. Lohaus gets the air ball. Bucks can tie or better on this trip. Humphries with a tough off-balance shot. Paxson did a great job forcing him out of the driving lane, and he made the hoop anyway. It's tied at 15. Jordan. Rebound Roberts. Michael has 7 points to lead all scorers early.
Del Harris wants those type of shots that quickly.
The bounce pass from Jordan to Grant, who also gets fouled. A 3-point opportunity. Michael Jordan made a beautiful play on that pass inside to Grant.
That's what happens. You don't use the clock. You wind up getting a long rebound. They get a break and a 3-point opportunity.
Lohaus picks up the personal. We'll be back to Chicago in just a moment.
If it makes you nervous to have someone my size in your face, now you know how your kid feels when you're in his.
Well, Chicago's got a 2-point lead as a result of this play. A quick shot from long distance by Lohaus. You'll see Horace Grant jumps at it, then Horace takes off down the court. There's the rebound to Michael. Michael quickly down the court. He gets in front of Humphries. I'm in front of Robertson. And now on the left, a nice bounce pass to the streaking Grant. Lohaus trailing, fouls him from behind. That's why Del Harris does not want quick shots from long distance, because those type of results are what can beat you in a ball game.
And that kind of basket will help you shoot 73%. The Bulls are 8 of 11.
And also Milwaukee's 56. I was going to say, you look at the score with 5:33 to go, you say 17-15, you got, oh, this is a pretty fast-paced game. But it really isn't a fast-paced game. It's just that both teams have been shooting a very good percentage.
Both have been patient so far. Horace Grant an opportunity for his 5th point of the ball game here. Every Chicago Bull player has scored. It was true also for Milwaukee. Bulls by 3. With some pressure. That looked like a double dribble. Inside to Robertson, bounces it to Roberts. It was blocked by Pippen. Will belong to Chicago. Second block of the game by Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, I don't think Fred realized that Scottie was in there behind him and didn't really use his body to protect the ball. Had he known, he could have taken it to the other side and used the basket as a defender.
Big difference in Pippen and Grant this year over last in the playoffs, due primarily to the fact that they have that playoff experience. The Bulls almost went to the conference finals. Pippen hadn't gotten hurt. I think they might have beaten Detroit last year.
That's good help by Lohaus there.
Alvin Robertson. Sigma wanted the 3. Roberts got bumped out of position by the shorter John Paxson, and the ball was thrown over his head. No whistle.
I think Paxson grabbed his left arm, actually, and prevented him from jumping up to catch that pass.
Nice play, John. Cheating, but nice play. Any children watching, please do not do that in your rec league games. There's that Bucks defense. It's 3-on-2. Robertson jams it in front of Jordan.
Robertson.
Those are the kind of opportunities that Del Harris likes to have created, you know, off the defense. They will run if they get those type of breaks. Otherwise, they're going to take the time.
Greg Cadillac Anderson will be into the ball game for Milwaukee shortly, along with Ricky Pierce. Jordan missing from the perimeter.
Lohaus doing a nice job on the boards and playing inside.
Playing very physical, much more than he had previously.
Got Sigma.
Nice pass from Jay Humphries to Sigma. And the Bucks have taken the lead by 1 with 4:05 to go in this first quarter.
That's the play we talked about that caused some problems for the Bulls that they have to defend. Obviously, they didn't do it very well that time.
You know, I don't know the last time I've seen Sigma with a layup in there intentionally. 5 on the shot clock for Chicago. When they will inbound it on their baseline. And here come Anderson and Ricky Pierce. Pierce, number 22, Anderson, 34.
Now, Bob, you got to be worried, too, if you're the Chicago Bulls, because they're bringing their best scorer into the game, Ricky Pierce.
Pierce, the leading scorer in the NBA among all the 6 men, and he got my vote as 6th man of the year. Stacey King out of Oklahoma comes in for Chicago. He's been playing better and better as the year has gone along. He plays center or power forward. He comes in for Cartwright. Jordan has missed his last 3. Won't bother him.
Michael Jordan from Australia.
Bulls regain the lead, 20-19. And Michael has 9 points early. Pippen now playing Alvin Robertson. Pierce kicks it out to Robertson, who's going to drive. Humphries gets the loose ball, feeds it inside beautifully to Cadillac Anderson. Nice job of Humphries, who's playing very intelligently at the point tonight for Milwaukee.
Interesting to see how much it's going to take out of Michael Jordan having to guard Humphries. He does the best job. Phil Jackson decided he wants to have him on Humphries, but that, again, can wear him down on the offensive end.
King with a spin move inside, draws the foul. King went to his left, to his left, to his left, to his left early in the year, and he's been moving more and more, going to his right and becoming a much more dangerous player down low.
Lohaus is second, the team scored.
Gillette announced.
Left center of the screen. You see why Milwaukee has a lead here. Some plays like this. Sigma playing good defense against Cartwright. Bumps him. Bill loses his balance. He goes back. He actually traveled, got away with it. Makes the errant pass. Can't be caught by Pippen. Here comes Humphries off to the streaking Robertson, and he just takes it right by Michael Jordan, takes it home with authority. And then we talked about the pick and roll play. Watch Sigma come up and set a little screen on Michael. Humphries comes off. Michael tries to go over. Cartwright jumps out. Michael didn't pick up Sigma on the roll. Easy two.
This is the first of our doubleheader tonight as we continue to cover the playoffs on TNT. The second game, Houston will be at LA. The Lakers could do no better than to break even with Houston in the regular season. Pat Riley was telling us in February and March that he was watching Houston carefully because he thought they would be a tough first-round opponent for the #1 and the #8 positions.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be concerned anytime you go against a ball club that has a great player like an Akeem Olajuwon who could do so much and disrupt you on the defensive end, score points on the offensive end. You don't want to be in a close ball game with a guy like that.
Stacey King sporting a new haircut. They missed some right on the back of his neck. We'll show a little later. Stacey averaging nearly 9 points a game, nearly 5 rebounds, shooting a little better than 50%. It's come on definitely in the second half of the season. Bulls had the best record in the league second half of the season after the All-Star break.
Usually takes centers and point guards a couple of years to make the adjustment unless somebody is just an exceptional player.
Say David Robinson.
Yes.
That's the best example. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock for the Bucks. They trail it by 1. Stacey King got his own rebound, missed it, and Anderson is there.
No reason to rush the second one. He should have taken his time after he got that first rebound.
Pierce inside to Anderson. He's fouled in the paint.
Right now, the Bucks are a little sloppy with the ball. Del Harris trying to tell him.
Chicago personal foul, 34, Stacey.
That's Stacey King getting the first personal foul. You know, Chicago's been talking about their developing bench this year. With a healthy Milwaukee team, remember Kristoviak is out, but this Milwaukee team's got a good bench when you bring Anderson and Pierce off the bench.
And Paul Pressey.
Exactly. He's not even been in the game yet. Pippen with another steal. He was 3rd in the league in steals. Inside to King. No look to Jordan, who will bring it back out.
2 minutes.
Bulls lead it by 1. Jordan is 4 of 9 from the field. Pierce from long range, just inside 3-point territory. That's a 2.
Well, you can see why he leads this team in scoring. I mean, he is an exceptional shooter.
He's defending Scottie Pippen. Stacey King with a big rebound.
Chicago ball.
It'll be Chicago's ball.
Returning for Milwaukee, 24, Jay Humphries.
Humphries back into the ball game now. It's Humphries and Pressey, along with Roberts, Cadillac Anderson, and Ricky Pierce. Craig Hodges comes in for John Paxson. Hodges playing still with a sore back. He missed a few games with that back. Told me right before the game that it still bothered him a little bit. He thought he was at about 80%. Oh, no, not this time, but King is there for the rebound. It's knocked away from him. Pierce hustling for it. Chicago ball. That's a look at the historical meetings between these two teams in the playoffs. The Bucks won back in 84-85 last time. Remember last year, too, Milwaukee came in and eliminated Atlanta in the first round. These Bucks are playoff veterans. They've been in 11 straight years. Grant with a 14-footer.
You know, it's kind of something almost like a tradition, and Don Nelson was the guy that kind of put things together, and it's not always easy as a coach to come in and be able to carry on a tradition that was started by an outstanding individual such as Don Nelson. But Del Harris, I think, has done a terrific job in maintaining that Milwaukee competitive drive that they've been known for, and playing some good, tough defense.
Under a minute to go, first quarter. We've had 6 lead changes. Chicago in the lead right now, 24-23.
Chicago personal
Yeah, but again, this is the way the Bucks want to play. I mean, as we pointed out, the shooting hasn't been quite as good. A little sloppy at times the last few minutes. The 24-23 with under a minute to go. Bucks would be very happy to have every quarter go in this fashion. Of course, with maybe a point or two more on their side of the ledger.
Neither team in the penalty. That was the first foul last 2 minutes charged to Scottie Pippen. Grant got a hold of that, and King came down with it as Pippen did. He's got Jordan for the jam. Bulls have played some terrific half-court defense here against Milwaukee in this first quarter. Pippen, Grant. Pippen steps over that time and commits the foul.
One of the things that's happening with the Bucks, Bob, is that in their intent to try and be patient, run their offense, they're really telegraphing everything they're doing. And as a result, the Bucks have been the Bulls have been very active with their hands, moving them around, getting a lot of hands and arms in the way of those passes. And the Bucks are going to have to at least make the guys think that they're looking to be offensive-minded, which what you do, put a little pressure on him defensively. It makes it easier to make a pass. But to just catch the ball, stand, and look where you're going to throw it, everybody in the building knows what's happening, and it makes it a lot more difficult to make an easy pass.
Paul Pressey coming back off the injury. He makes a big difference when these two teams meet, particularly. Pressey in his 8th year in Tulsa.
And see now Phil Jackson just matching up here with 3 guards in the ball game for the Bulls to go against the 3-guard basic offense that the Bucks have with Pressey, Humphries, and Pierce.
About half a second difference in the game clock and the shot clock. Armstrong, Hodges, and Jordan in there for Chicago with Grant and Stacey King. Jordan slid, and that'll be a turnover. He couldn't stop. The floor has been moist here tonight. Between transitions, officials have had ball boys out here wiping the floor up in varying place. There's a Stanley Cup hockey game here last night, and there's ice underneath this floor, which causes condensation. Milwaukee gets the ball with 4.5 seconds to go first quarter.
Especially a very warm day here in Chicago. See?
Humphrey goes down, but he gets the pass to Anderson before the buzzer. It'll count, and Phil Jackson wanted a traveling call. He does not get it, and he's about to get a technical, but he wisely goes back to the bench. Milwaukee took the lead on that bucket, 27-26, after the first period comes to an end.
America's Diamond.
NBA playoffs on TNT. First game in the first round between Milwaukee and Chicago. The Bucks lead it by 1 after the first quarter, and we've got a floor situation here at Chicago Stadium.
Very dangerous. Watch Michael Jordan. Watch his right foot as he plants the left. It just slides along that condensation that's gotten on the court. He goes out of bounds. That's where the call wasn't traveling. And look, you can see here. You can see there's moisture on the floor here and on the court. And we've seen a number of players already slip and fall. And hopefully no one will get hurt, because you hate to see this happen. I've had sometimes when games have been called because of the same type of a problem.
Chicago started 8 of 11. Now they've made only 3 of their last 12 shots.
Jump ball.
Now we've got a jump ball as Ed Neely has come into the ball game for Chicago. The Blackhawks played here last night. As of 3 o'clock this afternoon, the ice was still on this floor. This floor went down at 3 o'clock, so that's really what's causing the problem. Jordan open for the jumper off the glass. Jordan has 13 points. And the Bulls have regained the lead. We've had 8 lead changes. Pierce.
Michael,
That's a 2. He stepped on the line.
Michael had to try and weave his way through defensively there to a whole bunch of picks.
Pippen on the run, missed the lay-in. Bucks by 1, opening minute of the second quarter. Inside to Sigma, he missed the layup. That's unusual territory for Jack. Hodges also just inside, 3-point land. A lot of long-range bombs, but everybody's stepping on the line. That's the 10th lead change. It's seesaw, 30-29. Chicago.
That's unbelievable what happened there. As Ricky Pierce tried to come around, he got drilled by Stacey King, and then Ed Neely came out, and Pierce got mad, and he threw a shot at Neely, and then Neely threw one back, and that's what the official saw.
Neely is hot. He picked up the personal.
Gonna have to keep an eye on this. There's a lot of vicious picks being set here to try and free Ricky Pierce, and we'll try and keep an eye on some of the action coming under the basket. We'll try to maybe watch Pierce as he tries to get open and see what's happening with some of those screens.
Neely's a 250-pounder. He and Anderson are battling right now. Pierce on the drive.
Great play.
And he'll get the basket.
They tried to overplay the screen that was coming up, and he took complete advantage of it by taking advantage of the overplay. Now watch the last play. Here you see Pierce go out. There he got pushed and shoved. No foul. Now he comes in. He gets shoved by Neely. Then he whacks Neely in the head, and that's the foul was called, though, on the first blow of Neely bumping him. And this is what you try to do, disrupt guys like defensive backs, but you don't want to try and do it right in front of the official necessarily.
Neely is still fuming. Jordan picked up the personal. Pierce does not convert the three-point opportunity, but Pierce is 3 out of 3 from the floor since coming off the bench. Bucks up by 1. Milwaukee playing tough defense. This is playoff half-court basketball. King tipped it out very wisely to Michael Jordan. Intelligent play by Stacey. Against Sigma.
I tell you, it looked to me like Jack had nothing but ball. Unless he caught him on the side of the arm afterwards, it looked like he had his hand on the ball on this move by King. Obviously, Jack feels the same way as he picks up his second foul. See if we can pick it up on the replay. Here's the position, bumping him out of position. Now King makes the move. Watch the right hand. He tried to hook them a little bit. Boom. And it looked like to me, because I could see through where his arms were, that there wasn't any contact in that area. It looked like a pretty good defensive play.
King has 4 points and 4 rebounds. Neely almost stole it from Sigma. This Neely is a battler. He's an effective bench player. Knows his role, plays it well for the Bulls. Eight on the shot clock from Milwaukee. Neely foul away from the ball as they're watching that situation closely.
That's what we're talking about there. And Neely just nailed Pierce as he tried to go through and cut to the open side. Now Neely's having a few words to say to Ricky Pierce, words that we definitely don't want to repeat.
Neely, a 250-pounders, I think I told you, 6'7" out of Kansas State.
Look at what Pippen just did, just knocked the man over.
Pressey misses. Anderson loses the rebound to Jordan, who stole it. Pippen inside to King. Missed the layup. Jay Humphries. Pressey, nice drive. He draws the foul and gets a three-point opportunity.
This is what Del Harris talked about, establishing an inside game. Not necessarily posting a guy up. Del was saying there's other ways to establish it. Obviously, what they're attempting to do is get some good penetration. And with the quickness and the play of his guards now, they're obviously looking to do that, and they've been quite successful with it.
That's 3 personals on Neely very quickly.
Oh, watch again. It's just a straight-up move. He just went to Scotty's right. Nice drive to the left side. Neely late coming over to help out, but Pippen just got caught flat-footed, didn't react well to the move.
The Bucks are not taking advantage of the free throw opportunities.
Unusual for them, of course, because they set a record last season on the free throw line, both beaten this year by Boston.
Bucks by 1, 9:11 to go in the second quarter, and the next foul committed by Chicago will put Milwaukee at the free throw line. Chicago not shooting very well. They opened up the game red hot, but since early in the first quarter, Chicago has not been hitting the buckets. Humphrey sees the opening, lost the ball. Hodges between his legs to Jordan. Oh, my. Oh. That brought the crowd up. Jordan has 15. They're still buzzing over that one. Listen to this place. 7 on the shot clock. Anderson is fouled. He took it right at Stacey King, and that's Stacey's second.
Well, there you see the lost ball as Humphries made a good penetration move. Now watch Craig Hodges. He knows Michael's there, through the legs of the trailing Michael Jordan, who has no problem laying that one up and in.
Anderson to the line, 2 shots.
Greg Anderson will get 2. And King has 2 personals. Robertson comes back into the ball game. Pressey will go to the bench for Milwaukee's Bucks. Grant with the rebound.
That's 3 of the last 4 free throws, I believe, now that they've missed, which is not normal for the Bucks.
Tied at 34. Look at the defense. They've got Jordan posted over Robertson. And Jordan has 17. Pierce open from the corner.
Well, I think if you can take a quick shot, if you can get Ricky Pierce open from 18 feet, that would be the shot I think I could accept as a coach.
He hasn't missed from the floor. 4 out of 4. Lohaus will be back into the lineup for Milwaukee in a moment. Sigma is pushing Stacey King all the way out past the free throw line. Now they've posted Pippen over Pierce. His hook doesn't go. Grant stole that rebound. Anderson lost it when he pinned it against the rim.
Anderson's timing was off. He was trying to get the rebound actually when he was on his way down and couldn't quite get the handle on it.
Chicago by 2. I mean, there's some serious traffic down there in the lane.
And Anderson called for setting a screen on Michael Jordan. The offensive foul on him for setting it. He's going to get a technical foul because he had something to say to the Oaks.
We have a timeout on the floor, and a technical foul has been called against Greg Anderson. He's flirting with another one. 7:12 to go in the first half. Oh yes, the playoffs are definitely underway in Chicago. Jordan misses the technical. Timeout is charged to the Bulls, leading it by 2 from Chicago Stadium.
The ball does is he's playing against Ricky Pierce. A little shot there, pushes him away. Now he gets drilled by Robertson, throws him out of the way. Now he tries to fight and go over and go through the double. You see Anderson moved and put his arm up to set a screen. Nothing really all that bad about Anderson. That's why he's upset. And of course, this was the resulting technical as he went over and had a few words choice, I'm sure, to say to Bill Oaks.
Oh my, he said the magic word. Speaking of magic, our second game of the doubleheader tonight, Magic Johnson and Akeem Olajuwon. With their respective teams, the Lakers and the Rockets. Ron Thulin and Steve Jones standing by in Los Angeles for that one. The Bulls lead it by 2. You know, Michael was throwing some leather as he battled through those screens.
Officials are going to have to really get on top of this because there's a lot of action and a lot of contact going on underneath the basket.
Charles Davis in right now for the Bulls. Grant gets the stick back as Michael Jordan is getting a rest. And Horace Grant's playing well. He has 11 points in this ball game. Horace Grant has been very effective on the offensive boards. Chicago has built a 4-point lead. Pierce. Somebody got a piece of that one.
They did.
They did. That should belong to Milwaukee.
I mean, now Ricky Pierce is not going to miss the basket by that much unless somebody touched the ball or hit his arm, and he was saying they hit the ball. I have to agree with him.
Nevertheless, Scottie Pippen looking to post up Cartwright. Has to kick it out. 7 on the shot clock. Davis from 20 feet. Charles Davis. Davis, the 9-year veteran from Vanderbilt. Bulls with a 6-point lead. That's their biggest. Anderson strong for the defensive assignment mix-up on that.
Well, you get penetration and you get those people switching, and you're going to get opportunities like that. It was a big bucket for the Bucks. You know, they can't afford to start losing the lead with Michael on the bench.
Humphries has 8 assists. Pippen misses from long range. Here comes Humphries again. Has Pierce on the left and Alvin Robertson, as you see, on the right.
And he slipped after he made that shot, trying to get his traction underneath the basket.
I see the spots of condensation. You can see them on your television right now. The spots on the floor that are shiny or glaring, those are condensation spots coming up from the ice. Cartwright is fouled by Anderson.
Milwaukee personal foul.
See how the Bucks got themselves back in this one. As there you go, the penetration move by Humphries. He drew the defender into him. Davis came, and then coming in strong was Cadillac Anderson to get the dunk.
Bill Cartwright.
Anderson has 7 off the bench. He's been effective. 42-40, Chicago leading it by 2. 5:21 to go in the first half. Good playoff ball game for you tonight. Much better execution than we saw in Portland last night. Portland defeated Dallas in a very ragged game, but Portland happy to take it.
I don't know if you saw that action at that time. Cadillac, as you see the stats on Bill Cartwright, just kind of had a little talk with Bill Oakes and gave him a little tap on the leg, kind of making up.
Chicago has missed their last 3 free throws after Milwaukee set the tone at the free throw line. Cartwright gets that. Cartwright has only 3 points in this game. Pippen has scored only 2. Paxson only 2. Grant and Jordan have 28 of Chicago's 43 points. The pressure, 4, 5, 6 seconds, nearly 7 seconds to get it across the timeline.
And Milwaukee doesn't mind. There's
Humphrey
that.
slips. That caused that turnoff. A great save by Pippen. Hodges he wanted the 3 there. He'll take it from down here. Robertson with a rebound, and he gets a loose ball foul called on Chicago.
I'll tell you, I don't want to make a book around. I'm afraid for the players out here. There are too many wet spots out here, too many people sliding around. You get too easy to go ahead and turn, twist a knee, pull a groin, do something really, really bad. It's just not. It bothers me that there's a letting this happen. Now watch it as he comes in there. Humphreys watch. He's going to try to stop. Boom! He just slides because there's all that condensation. Just lost his traction.
Oh, here's a towel, Rick.
I mean,
Get out there.
I'm serious. You know, I've had a playing situation. Like what happens as a player, and it happens to you, you all of a sudden, I mean, it's hard to concentrate on the game because you're so worried about hitting a wet spot and slipping and getting hurt.
That foul, by the way, the loose ball foul was on Davis, as Michael Jordan didn't get a very long rest. He's back into the ball game. John Paxson, Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, Bill Cartwright. Chicago has their starters on the floor, as does Milwaukee, except for Anderson. Sigma is still on the bench for the Bucks. Pippen, nice move inside.
No chance. Didn't have the correct spin on.
Yeah, interesting may be a better word.
Horace
than
Grant
nice.
limping.
Lowhouse, bullet pass inside. It hit for Anderson, then it hit Roberts and went out of bounds. Grant holding his right knee. He's got a bandage on that knee as Mark Feil, the Chicago trainer, comes out to talk to Horace Grant. It's 43-41, Bulls by 2, 4:29 remaining here in the first half.
Talking about the floor, Bob, look at Del Harris as he's looking down and checking and feeling the floor because he's seeing his players slipping and sliding all over the place, having something to say about it. And
the spots are
so.
everywhere. It's like landmines. They're about every 3 or 4 feet apart. Horace Grant with the sore knee at the moment looks to be all right, the best we can tell. He has 11.7 rebounds and 3 assists, one of the best first half efforts I've seen of Horace Grant all year long. Coming up at halftime, the Prudential Halftime Report. Craig Sager in our Atlanta studios, along with Don Nelson, with scores and highlights from around the league. Don with tape over his shoes, even in the studio.
I wonder what Don would do in a situation like this. I mean, you've got to be concerned for your players' well-being out there. I mean, suppose Michael Jordan hits a spot and injures himself. I mean, there go your playoff hopes down the drain.
A lot of passes inside. Jordan to Grant to Cartwright. I thought one too many, but no, because they got the hoop.
Well, I don't think Horace wanted to make a move because that knee's still bothering him, and he's still flexing it now, and it's not the one that he has the wrap on. It's his left one.
Fred Roberts with 5 on the shot clock takes it inside the paint, tried the finger roll. Jordan rebound. That's his 5th rebound to go with 17 points. Been a while since Michael scored, however. Maybe now. Hands it off to Grant. Jordan with the penetration. He'll get an assist now, building toward a triple-double. 4 assists, 5 rebounds, 17 points. Bulls back to their biggest lead in the game of 6 points. Sigma bounces it inside to Roberts. He's fouled by Michael Jordan. And that's 2 on Jordan.
Well, Jack Sikma spotted Roberts down inside. You see, he had the good position inside. Nice pass to get it to him. Michael right across the right arm as Roberts went up for the shot, but terrific pass by Jack Sikma. Knowing full well that Fred Roberts is capable of handling the ball that low. Normally, for a lot of big guys, you don't want to throw it down around their ankles. It's not exactly the most ideal pass to handle.
Roberts is 73% free throw shooter on the season. Milwaukee now 9 of 13 from the line. Chicago only 5 of 8.
Well, what a series Fred had last year against Detroit.
Bulls by 4 with 3:17 to go first half. Along with Rick Barry, Bob Neal with you from Chicago Stadium. The first of a doubleheader tonight. Second game, Houston at L.A. Jordan from 19. He has 19. And it is 1990.
And he was 9 for 16, so you can get a 1 and a 9 out of that too, Bob, if that'll make you happy.
I'm finished. And Lohaus goes down, slipping on the floor.
This is something has to be done. They got to figure something to do here at halftime. I don't know what it is, but
Milwaukee has a timeout. 11 turnovers for the Bucks, 5 for Chicago.
Did you know?
Momentarily, but first a look at what will be happening.
Welcome back to Chicago Stadium with a slippery floor. Remember the ice underneath this floor, and Lohaus here is going to go down hard on one of the puddles of water, the condensation. The coaches met during the timeout, Phil Jackson and Del Harris. Del Harris says, let's get together. We got to do something with this. We have franchises at stake. I don't know what the answer is. Perhaps rosin, hair dryers, towels. Bulls by 6, 2:30 remaining.
Grant just changed his pivot for twice there.
Davis got the pick from Grant and took it the other way. Gives it to Cartwright with the most unorthodox jump shot in the NBA. The Bulls' biggest lead of the game of 8. Pierce will take it strong to the hoop. Intelligent play. Pierce saw the flailing arms coming, and he just lofted a soft one.
Well, the Bucks need a couple of good defensive efforts here to stop the Bulls and score a basket or two themselves to keep it down in that 4 or 2-point range. They're pretty good right now, but they don't want to get it up to 10. Fall behind by 10.
Cartwright, Sikma battling down there as Jordan lofts it into Cartwright. 5 on the shot clock. Rebound Charles Davis, blocked by Lohaus and saved by Robertson. Minute 30 to go first half. Bulls spreading the floor. The Bucks spreading the floor. 9 on the shot clock. Down to 5. Sikma will launch a long one and bury it. That's a 2. And the Bulls by 4 with a minute to go. Jordan with the directions. Stolen beautifully by Alvin Robertson with the great hands.
Got Pierce in the left corner.
Humphries on the drive.
Boy, no help defensively. The other Bulls on the other side had no idea where the ball was. That was just terrible man-ball relationship that time.
Humphries has 6 points to go with his 9 assists now, and it's a Bulls 2-point lead with about 30 seconds to go in the half. Cartwright against Sikma. He's isolated there. His jump hook won't go. Humphries rebounds. Assist, points, rebounds for Jay Humphries. Excellent first half.
Well, the Bucks have done what they've had to do in the last minute and a half here.
On a 6-0 run. Sikma for 3. Didn't get the bounce. Time remaining in the half in the lower right of your screen. 15 seconds. Jordan, like a man possessed, going to the hole. He draws the foul.
Milwaukee personal foul.
It was on Humphries, his first. Pierce, check it.
I'll tell you one thing, the Milwaukee Buck coaching staff probably takes the record for being up off the bench trying to help with the coaching duties of Del Harris more so than any other staff that I've seen. These guys are up constantly.
Well, he has an athletic staff with Mike Dunleavy and Calvin Mac Calvin
and Frank Amler.
Pippen only 2 points, only 1 of 5 from the floor, by the way, in the first half. He's been the least productive offensive player for the Bulls. Has a couple of blocked shots, though. Foul away from the ball. That's on Pierce also. And that's 2 on him very quickly. With 7 seconds to go in the half, Davis is going to get back in here for Chicago. They don't let him into the game yet.
Michael Jordan shoots 2.
Bulls up by 2. Been a good game, marred only by the condensation on the floor, which is definitely a dangerous situation.
Davis replaces Scottie Pippen.
Pippen will sit down. Davis in here for the final 7 seconds. Maybe Michael Jordan's sweat. He's worked one up, 20 points in the first half. Make it 21. Humphries up ahead. In the corner, gets the layup and draws the foul. Humphries has 8 points, a chance for 9. He has 9 assists.
22, Charles Davis, his second penalty.
Well, just very quickly, Michael just overcommitted, and Humphrey took advantage of it, drew the foul. As you saw Davis whack him on the arm and hit the deck. Chance for the 3-point play.
Ed Neely returns for Chicago.
Ed Neely in for Chicago for this final 1.5 seconds as Davis goes back to the bench.
I think Michael felt that the clock was running down. He was going to try to shot, and he just moved up on him, and Humphries had presence of mind and just let him go right by and take it to the hole.
Humphries could cut the lead to 1.
I tell you, the Bucks have to be very happy with what's transpired here. They've played a Buck type of ball game. They've controlled the tempo, and that's why they're right in it.
Neely, the long pass to Jordan. He got the shot away and drew the foul. Oh my! Only Michael Jordan.
Well, I'll tell you what.
A great pass from Neely and an intelligent play by Jordan.
But I think a bad call. The official who made that call couldn't possibly see if there was any contact because he was screened off by the defender. He made that call from under the basket directly in back of the defender. Had no idea whether or not there was contact being made on that play. The outside official was here, had the perfect angles of where we were, never blew his whistle.
Bulls by 2, and Jordan will possibly make it 3. Bucks committed 3 fouls in the last 8 seconds of this quarter. Jordan misses it. Nevertheless, Jordan ends the half with 22 points. The Bulls lead it by 2. We have a beauty on our hands at Chicago Stadium. Thank you, Craig. How about that tie on Don Nelson? That's ruining his image. He's always been the, I don't dress for success, I just win by coaching
Well, he usually
basketball.
has those ugly fish ties that he started out with.
Looking pretty good there, Don. That's studio. That's TV for you.
That's right.
You get Daly and Nelson there. A little competition going on. We've got some competition here. 54-52. Chicago leading 15 lead changes in the first half.
We see Milwaukee, fantastic shooting, 65%. Chicago, 49, not too shabby. But Bulls got 16 more shots. They only turned it over 6 times to 11 from Milwaukee. That helped them get some extra shots. Plus, they did a heck of a job on their offensive boards. They were able to go ahead and get 8-1 on the offensive rebounds to Milwaukee, giving them those extra shot opportunities, thereby enabling them to keep a lead, even though they shot a far less of a percentage. Here's one of them as Pippen takes a little jump hook. Now watch Grant as he snuck inside. Anderson mistimes the jump, didn't screen the man off, didn't put the body on him, and Horace turns around and lays that one right back into the basket. Also, bench scoring from Milwaukee was instrumental in their being able to stay right in this game, but of course we expected that. The Bucks bench shooting 9 for 11 in field goals. Jay Humphries had a terrific first half for the Milwaukee Bucks, 9 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds. Here he is taking a drive into the basket, getting by Craig Hodges, dishes it off as Davis comes over to Anderson, who takes it home strongly. But, of course, the man of the half, Michael Jordan, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Here's Michael getting one of the or 2 of his 22 points off of yet another offensive rebound for the Bulls.
Definite pace in the Bucks' favor. Bulls only 4 points on the breaks. They haven't been able to get out and run. You pointed it out throughout the first half, Rick, that the Milwaukee Bucks have been able to establish the tempo and pace of this game.
And also remember, the slippery part of the floor was down here, and Milwaukee had a lot of problems with it. We'll see if they were able to correct the problem here at halftime.
Well, while you were signing autographs, I was out there with my towel, so the floor should be better. Jordan inside draws the foul in the opening seconds of the first half. Alvin Robertson picks it up. That'll be his 3rd, by the way, which could prove to be significant.
Michael Jordan shoots 2.
We do understand, on a serious note, the Bulls have added 4 additional helpers on each side of the floor to help wipe up the condensation out there caused by the ice underneath the floor here. The Blackhawks also in the playoffs in the National Hockey League. They played here last night. This floor didn't get put down till about 3 o'clock this afternoon, and it was nearly 90 degrees in Chicago. It was a great afternoon.
Michael having a tough time at the line tonight. I think that's his 3rd missed free throw, if I'm not mistaken.
Humphries defended by Paxson. Paxson with a long rebound, and Humphries had to grab him to stop the break and commit the personal foul, and that'll be Jay Humphries' 2nd.
His first, the team's 2nd.
And not very good offensive execution on that particular play. Jay's looking for people to throw it to, and just decided, well, I guess I have to shoot it because the clock's going down.
Bulls 55-52, opening moments of the second half. Pippen dishing it inside to Grant and missed the layup. Rebound by the 7-footer Lohaus. Humphries and Roberts along with Lohaus, Alvin Robertson, and Sikma. Bucks unable to score in the first minute 15-second of the quarter. Jordan kicks it to Cartwright from 14. Jordan created that Chicago basket.
Well, penetration just creates so many problems for a team's defense, and a good, intelligent player like Michael Jordan will find an opening.
Bulls lead it by 5. Tipped away by Pippen as they attempted to lob it into Roberts. Knocked out of bounds with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Phil Jackson in his first year as Bulls coach. 55 wins. Lohaus on the drive. Offensive foul. Brad Lohaus now with 3 personals.
I always wish that I could do this, you know. I can see Phil trying to get their attention. That'll do it.
You know, I do that, but it's only for effect. Good whistlers like Phil and myself just do that for cosmetics. You whistle without the fingers there. 57-52 Chicago. 10 minutes to go, third quarter. Chicago led at 54-52 at the half. Following this ball game, L.A. entertains Houston. Pippen comes away with the ball after Robertson lost it. Grant with a big jam.
Del Harris may have to call a timeout here pretty quickly. We don't let things get out of hand, but I'm sure he'll wait and see what happens on this possession.
Milwaukee has not scored since the half began. Robertson finally breaks the ice after 2 minutes 40 seconds had elapsed.
Well, when this quarter's over, we'll show you a very interesting statistic that's taken place in this particular series with these teams. Third quarter, very important quarter.
Pippen from long range buries that set shot. Scottie Pippen can hit the set shot from further than 15 or 16, but he gets inside. He has problems with his jumper.
Yeah, he really is a much better shooter from the longer range. He has a little difficulty on that 15, 12 to 16 foot area.
Nice drive by Alvin Robertson. As he gets inside, he's fouled. Grant's second.
Well, look at Michael Jordan when he plays defense. In here with his hands, trying to play the good defense, times it. Now he reaches in there, is able to get a hand on it, although Robertson did lose a handle on the ball prior to Michael getting his hand there, but he is certainly an exceptional player. The fact that he plays so well on both ends of the court. It's not often that you see a player with his offensive skills play that tough defensively.
Milwaukee only 12 of 17 from the free throw line, certainly below their average. 61-55 Chicago.
Probably the only guard that comes to mind that would be in that same category that was a great one would have been Jerry West.
Jerry has other things on his mind tonight, like Hakeem Olajuwon in Houston out in L.A.
I guess Walt Frazier would be another.
Cartwright, tough move inside, doesn't get the bounce. Lohaus battles and wins the rebound. He has 5 rebounds. Sikma down low to Robertson, back to Sikma into the paint. Nice ball movement. Fred Roberts gets the lay-in. Sikma with a good penetrating drive and then the layoff. On the shot clock for Chicago. 5 on the shot clock. Cartwright fouled as he leans in.
Boy, I tell you, they really bailed Bill out. He was out of control on that play.
31, Fred Roberts.
A Toreador move there, and Cartwright would have just fallen to the floor. And Del Harris knows it.
Bill Cartwright to the line.
Del Harris only 6 and 19 career versus the Chicago Bulls.
Congratulate he and his wife on the new addition to their family. 2-month-old son.
Bill Cartwright drops in the free throw.
There you see trying to play defense Roberts. Now watch Bill. He really kind of lost his footing, was off balance, and it looked like Roberts is trying to get out of the way, but there was some contact.
Six-point Chicago lead. Milwaukee has scored 5 points since the half began. Humphries with the drive into Roberts. Bad pass that time.
Yeah, if he had dropped the bounce pass right to the basket, Roberts was cutting baseline, and he would have had a chance to catch it and dunk it. As it was, he threw it behind Fred, and he had no chance to get it.
Bucks need a little injection of Ricky Pierce here, possibly. They've been not scoring since the half began.
Now, well, he's just taking his sweats off, Bob.
Cartwright powers it inside. Cartwright in this half has been intense inside to open up the second half, and the Bulls have built an 8-point lead, matching their biggest lead of the game. Shot clock down to 8 seconds for Milwaukee now. Lohaus being guarded by Grant, puts up the jumper. Rebound Pippen.
Yeah, Dell's going to really need a timeout here, especially if Chicago scores. They got to get themselves back together and get Pearson in the end.
Rebound Robertson. Roberts to Humphries, open from 10 feet. Jordan rebound. 7 rebounds for Michael. Paxson all the way to the hoop. He's fouled on the drive. Sikma is beside himself. He's called for his 3rd personal foul, and Chicago has called a timeout, but Del Harris needs it as much as they do with an 8-point Bulls lead.
Bulls fans, it's now time for
Genuine draft.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Cold filtered, never heat pasteurized. Miller Genuine Draft. For those who discovered its real draft taste, the world is a very cool place.
The Honda Civic 4-door sedan. It comes with a roomy interior, large, comfortable seats, 4-wheel double wishbone suspension, and an advanced 16-valve fuel-injected engine. Unfortunately, some colors are not yet available.
The
1990 NBA playoffs on TNT are brought to you by Honda, maker of fine quality automobiles. Test drive a Honda at your local dealership today. And by Royal Caribbean. A Royal Caribbean cruise is lots of different vacations in one. Royal Caribbean, it's all here.
Bob Neal, Rick Barry with you from Chicago Stadium. Right after this ball game, Houston will meet L.A. Ron Poole and Steve Jones have that game for you. We continue our doubleheaders. There will be another tomorrow in Game 1. Denver will be at San Antonio at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And our nightcap on tomorrow's doubleheader will feature Dallas at Portland. Portland took a one-game lead in that series with a victory last night. Rick and I were there. We drove in from Portland all night long, and there are the additional condensation wipers trying to keep this floor dry.
You know what Del Harris did was very good. Del looked up at the clock and realized that he didn't have to call a timeout because he knew he was going to get to talk to his team, because with the clock going down to the 6-minute mark, next dead ball, Chicago would be required to have to take a timeout, so he wasn't forced to have to use one. But you could see that he's made some substitutions here to try and get things going, as Pierce, Pressey, and Anderson have all come into the ball game for the Bucks.
That group produced very well for them in the first half. Anderson came up with 7 points off the bench, 10 points for Pierce off the bench.
I tell you, that 65% field goal percentage in the first half is going to disappear very quickly if the Bucks continue to shoot as they've had. They've only scored 5 points in the first 5.5 minutes of this third quarter.
Paxson gives the Bulls their biggest lead of the game, a lead of 10 with 6.5 to go in the third. And some pressure from Chicago. Pressey with 10 on the shot clock. Robertson defended by Cartwright, a mismatch somewhere. Pressey from 19. From Alvin Robertson. Milwaukee bench is 10 out of 12 from the field in this ball game, so they've really been pumping new life into the Bucks when they've gotten in the hole. Let's see if it happens this time. Now the Cartwright against Lohaus. Power move inside. Anderson is there for the missed shot.
Got a hand on that one. Nice block. Good weak side help that time by Anderson.
If the Bucks get something going with the infusion of Pressey, Anderson, and Pierce.
Offensive foul.
Offensive foul.
Alvin Robertson upset, saying that Paxson held on to the arm. Now we know that Jim has that trick in his bag because we saw that in the first half when he got away with it as well. But that's 4 fouls on Alvin Robertson.
Paxson just inside three-point territory, was drifting a bit, missed his jumper. Here comes Robertson. He has Anderson and Pierce. Robertson all the way, draws the hard foul from Cartwright. Bill Cartwright committed his second personal, and Robertson will go to the free throw line.
The team's second.
Well, Alvin just going to finish this off. Go strong to the basket. Made the body contact and get the ball up to the hole. If he had the left hand, he might have had a better chance to get an opportunity to make the three-point play. But again, Bill Cartwright not the biggest intimidator in the world back there, so guys are not afraid to take it to him.
For Chicago, 34, Stacey King replacing Bill Cartwright.
Cartwright will sit out and Stacey King in. Gives Chicago more mobility.
Well, that's a good move. It's Sigma out of the ball game. Both Lohaus and Anderson are much more mobile, and I think this will be a better matchup with King and those young legs and much more quickness.
Bulls by 6. 5:21 to go third quarter. King with the pick for Pippen.
They didn't play that very well themselves on the old two-man play, as Anderson just laid back on the screen, and you can't do that against a good shooter because his eyes will just light up when the big guy doesn't step out.
Pierce could have had a foul call there on Pippen. Stuck the jumper, wanted the foul. Pierce is 6 out of 7 from the floor.
Figure out why Michael's getting. Let's see, Michael's not really getting involved in the offense here for the Bulls.
Jordan has 1 point in the half. Pippen draws the double team. 7 on the shot clock. Lohaus got a piece of that, and it still fell. Pippen heating up here. He has 8 points, only 2 at halftime. Pierce being defended by Jordan. Kicks it out to Lohaus, who goes for 3. Bulls could build the lead back to 10 or more on this possession. Jordan inside. The pass couldn't be handled by Grant, and Jordan just took it there with himself. Finally, Milwaukee comes away with it. Pressey and Pierce. Pierce fouled hard by Pippen, and let's see if they're all right. Yes. Pippen, anybody who wants to get an uncontested layoff with Pippen on the floor just better look over their shoulder.
Well, again, Scotty from behind trying to track the play down, was able to get a block earlier in the ball game over Fred Roberts, who didn't realize he was there. And this time, however, he picks up the foul.
14 fouls on Milwaukee, 3 on Chicago with 3.5 to go in the third quarter.
14, Craig Hodges replacing John Paxson.
Craig Hodges checking into the ball game for John Paxson. Paxson pretty beat up toward the end of the regular season for the Bulls. Had to play a lot of extra minutes when Craig Hodges was out with an injury. Pierce gets them both, and Ricky Pierce has 14 points off the bench. Pippen has on some black low sneakers that look like soccer shoes.
Yeah, or official shoes.
Grant goes to the hole and draws the foul. It's Lohaus.
Milwaukee personal foul.
And he has 4.
Lohaus, his 4th penalty.
So again, for the Bucks, the fact that they don't have a really legitimate post-up player, other than Pierce at times against some of the guards or using their guard people, it really makes it difficult. You have to shoot a great percentage, as they did in the first half. But if your outside shooting starts to suffer a little bit, and you're not able to get drives to the basket, it makes it a tough road when you don't get some of those big people in there for those easy hoops, as you look at Horace's statistics.
Yeah, the frown on Horace's face there goes along with his statement that he feels he's being treated unfairly financially by the Bulls, and said he'd just as soon be traded. He doesn't care where unless they treat him better financially next year. Meaning renegotiate.
You mean he's not playing for the love of the game?
Pierce gets the hoop, drew the foul. Will there be continuation? Yes. Jordan doesn't like it, and he argues.
After the basket by Ricky Pierce.
Jordan has 3 personals now.
Michael Jordan, personal foul, his 3rd.
Ed T. Rush and Michael with the conversation.
Ricky Pierce to the line, he shoots 1.
Milwaukee's missed 6 free throws in this game. If they had hit them, it would be tied. Jordan. Over Tony Brown. Jordan with 25. Lohaus loses the handle on the ball. Ahead to Jordan. Nice feed from Pippen. Bulls back to a 10-point bulge. Timeout, Milwaukee. That matches the biggest Chicago lead of the evening, and they're having a good time at Chicago Stadium.
This April, you'll laugh, cry, scream, and cheer. That's because April is National Cable Month, featuring the best in cable programming. And to celebrate, Pizza Hut presents the new Grand Pan Pizza, a never-before combination of 10 great toppings. But it's only available for a limited time. And right now, you can get one for $9.99, or a second for just $4 more. So while you're enjoying cable's best, you can also enjoy our best.
Pizza Hut, making it great. What's wrong? There's just 1 minute made left.
I'll play you for it.
Yo, great game. Yeah.
Yeah. I got thirsty just watching you guys.
Minute Maid Orange, the orange, the official soft drink of the NBA.
If it makes you nervous to have someone my size in your face, now you know how your kid feels when you're in his.
Well, Chicago up to a 10-point lead. They've been able to get out and get the young people running. Look at this nice little flip touch pass on the lead to Michael Jordan after Anderson had lost the handle on the ball on his drive to the basket. And the crowd is alive in Chicago.
Pippen and Grant with Jordan, Hodges, and Stacey King for Chicago. Lohaus, Anderson, Tony Brown, Paul Pressey, and Ricky Pierce for Milwaukee. Chicago has outscored Milwaukee 23-15 this period. Led by 2 at the half. 2 on the shot clock. Pierce in triple team traffic. Gets the roll. Ricky Pierce with a tremendous basket. There were 3 Bulls hanging on him. He's only missed 1 shot tonight. Michael Jordan answers quickly, and he has 29. Pressey posted. Lohaus can't find anything to do with it but shoot it with 5 on the shot clock. Pippen on the run. Grant on the left. Grant's fouled by Brown.
Well, I know you like this move on the part of Ricky Pierce, Bob. Look at the little fake he gives Horace Grant. And now he gets triple teamed, and he just steps through the seam, leans in, able to clutch it a little bit, got away from the defenders, and look at the nice bounce on those very soft, collapsible rims. Where were they when I played?
Yeah, you'd have been illegal. You'd have been banned from the game.
I just wanted to have it just for those soft bounces, not because I had to worry about pulling the rim down. I mean, that wasn't the problem. I didn't need him for the dunks.
Sigma in for Brad Lohaus. Chicago up by 10. With a free throw here, they would build their biggest lead of the ball game.
I guess they really should call those. They should really call those things. If you're looking at the free throw percentages in both ball clubs, that they should call those the Darryl Dawkins rims, collapsible rims.
Exactly. He's the one who caused them to be installed. Doug Collins had an assist on one of his backboard shattering rims.
It must have been a very weak moment. What is it done?
I'm sure he felt that way. 10-point Chicago lead. Minute to go in the period. Pierce misses only his 2nd time from the floor tonight. Chicago foul.
Bulls personal foul, 54. Horace.
The big problem now with the Bucks is that they've constantly throughout this game been falling into my favorite term of the deep hole syndrome, and they keep digging a hole for themselves, trying to battle back out, fall back in, get a little further down, crawl back out. That expends a lot of energy on your part, and most of the time, especially on the road, you just don't have enough to pull it off.
Let's take a look at the Wendy's NBA scoreboard. This is an early score. There's only been about 10 minutes of that game gone by, and it's 4-2. Defensive struggle. Actually, it's just opening up. We'll keep you posted on that game. Our second game tonight in our doubleheader, which will give you more information on that game also, will be Houston at LA. Nine on the shot clock. Jordan getting a rest. 5 on the shot clock. Illegal defense call against Milwaukee. That's the first. It'll be inbounded with a new shot clock.
It was on Cadillac Anderson. It'll drop down into the paint area.
Davis and Hodges with King, Pippen, and Grant on the floor for Chicago. Jordan resting the final 30 seconds of the period. Nice pass inside from Hodges to Davis. But that Milwaukee defense is there. Tony Brown went into the expensive baseline seats. Here's the Chicago trap, almost stolen by Grant. Tony Brown was all alone, but now with 7 on the shot clock, Sikma back inside to Pierce, that post-up move, and he draws the foul, and that's 4 on Horace Grant.
Did you notice, however, that he hadn't gone down to post up until Michael Jordan went out of the ball game?
They gave that to Hodges, which will be good news for Horace Grant. So Grant remains with 3 personals as B.J. Armstrong comes into the ball game for Charles Davis with 9.4 seconds to go in the quarter.
Well, again, if past history means anything, the third quarter will not sit very well for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Pierce has 21 points off the bench. He's once again hurting Chicago. He does every time he plays them. Well, he hurts about everybody for that matter. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Pierce with a long one. My. Oh. Well, the Bulls had led it by 2 at the half, built a 10-point lead, and now have a 5-point lead going into the final 12 minutes from Chicago Stadium.
Since ancient times, astronomers have defined an eclipse as a celestial body moving across the face of the sun. Mitsubishi defines an eclipse as a celestial body moving across the face of the Earth. For personal exhilaration, an eclipse can eclipse an eclipse.
Gilman Mitsubishi, take I-35 north to the Selma Schertz exit next to Gilman Honda.
Check us out. We're KVDA TV60, channel 17 cable. We have something for everyone. KVDA TV60, channel 17 cable. Check us out.
If you're going to make it, you've got to have attitudes.
Express a feeling.
Make a statement. Have an opinion.
And stick with it.
Get exactly what you want when you want it.
Bet on a hunch.
Know when to spoil yourself.
And when you've had enough. If at first you don't succeed,
keep at it anyway.
Lifetime's got the only attitudes that matter.
Yours.
Attitudes.
Brought to you locally by Georgetown Manor, San Antonio's exclusive Ethan Allen Gallery.
The thrill is gone, baby. The thrill is gone away.
If the thought of yet another European luxury car with a Spartan interior doesn't thrill you, take heart. Now, get up to a $2,000 dividend direct from Cadillac. See your San Antonio area Cadillac dealers, Riata Cadillac and Ken Batchelor Cadillac.
Bob Neal and Rick Barry with you. NBA playoffs on TNT. First round Eastern Conference playoffs between the Chicago Bulls and the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bulls have a 5-point lead after holding the Bucks to 22 in the third quarter.
Well, you see what's happened in this series. In every game that's been played, the team that came out, regardless of the score at the half, and won the third quarter, went on to win the ball game. So if that holds true, the Bulls should come away with a victory. However, the Bucks have to be concerned. They were able to hold the Bulls in 25. That's in the range that Dell would like, but they were just so cold in the first 5.5 minutes. Only 5.5 minutes, they only scored 5 points. And when Ricky Pierce came into the ball game, along with Cadillac Anderson and Paul Pressey, things turned around a little bit for Milwaukee, and they're still right in it.
Pierce had 11 points in the quarter. 79-74 Chicago. 12 minutes remaining in this ball game. Down to Anderson against Neely, rolled it in, and it's a 3-point Bulls lead. It led by 10. Michael Jordan back in for Chicago, along with Pippen, Stacey King, Hodges, and Neely. Jordan, power move to the basket, hard foul. Could be charged to either Pressey or Cadillac Anderson.
Personal foul, 25, Paul Pressey.
Pressey got him first. And Jordan's missed 3 free throws tonight, unlike him. Nevertheless has 29. Milwaukee was on a 7-0 run till that free throw.
Our producer, Tom Hewitt, of course, before the ball game, thinking he was going to predict a big night for Michael. Of course, you can't go wrong with making that prediction. You know what I mean?
That's right. Here's foul in the backcourt. And hold it. 22nd timeout. No foul. 22nd timeout called. We have about 15 players signaling a 22nd timeout. We got it. A 5-point Bulls lead. Coming up right after this one, we'll be going to the Forum. The fabulous Forum in Los Angeles. Houston and Akeem Olajuwon will take on Magic Johnson and the Los Angeles Lakers. I still think the Lakers are the team to beat. Not Detroit, but the Lakers.
The Lakers certainly are playing the best ball. You know, Joe Newgar's getting hurt really disrupted, I think, the Detroit Pistons somewhat. But you know, until somebody beats the 2 respective champions in their conferences, I mean, you can't really say. But the difference is, Bob, is that these teams can't go out and play anything less than their best basketball against the other teams, so many other teams, if they're playing their best basketball. It used to be you can play a little bit subpar and still beat a team when they're playing their best. Not anymore. Too many teams are very close to both of those clubs.
Yeah, the Detroit Pistons, I'll take that back a bit. They're a very tough playoff team because they can get so physical so happily. Pressey from 18. Left wide open, made him pay. And Paul Pressey has 8 points. His first points in the quarter as it's only a minute old, and it's a 3-point Bulls lead. Jordan lost Pressey just long enough to take the 18-footer. Nice move by Jordan to with a V cut into the paint back out to the 18-foot mark.
I think he might have been able to get open in football as a wide receiver.
Possibly. Jay Humphries goes for 3. Pippen with another rebound. Pippen's forte tonight, as usual, has been rebounding and defensive play. Jordan goes down hard. Looks like there could be an injury. Not to Jordan, but Pressey is slow getting up.
He was holding on to his right leg, but he seems to be okay.
20 seconds on the clock. The ball will belong to Chicago, to Milwaukee. Timeout called by Del Harris with 10:24 to go in the game.
And there you see the collision going on, and there Pressey gets that knee banged, and there Del Harris thought Neely had committed an offensive foul on the screen.
Well, Neely's the man who knocked Jordan down, that's for sure. Timeout on the floor. We'll be right back to Chicago Stadium.
Gillette announces a razor that can sense the individual needs of your face. Introducing the extraordinary Gillette Sensor Shaving System. Sensor blades are mounted on responsive springs to continuously sense and adjust to your face for the best shave a man can get. Closer, smoother, safer. New Gillette Sensor. Gillette, the best a man can get.
He will be 20 years younger than his twin brother
friends all got the college loan blues. They sing a life of IOUs, not me. I let the army pay for my degree. I got confidence and maturity. Oh, now I'm being all I can be. Got an edge on life in the army.
It'd be great to have a movie star mom.
I've taken all I'm going to from you and from everybody else.
Well, maybe not. All throughout May, TNT brings you the most heavenly and evil movie moms out there. I Remember Mama Month, all next month on TNT.
Sunday morning, the true story of the birth of a nation.
Without Jerusalem, there is no Israel.
Kirk Douglas cast a giant shadow. An award theater presentation. 10:35 Eastern on TBS Sunday morning.
Here's a recap of what's happened in this ball game on our Minute Maid Minute. Bench scoring, the Bucks outscoring the Bulls 40-8 Pierce has 21, Anderson 11, Pressey 8, and they're 16 of 20 from the floor. And the Bucks turnovers, one of the reasons that they are trailing in the game by 5 with 10:24 to go in the game. Sigma left open. He was too close. Jordan for 3. Long rebound to Pierce.
And of course, that bench scoring, you expect that with Milwaukee, with bringing a guy like Pierce off the bench.
Jay Humphrey, nice drive. He's fouled hard by Ed Neely. That's 4 on Neely, but he's in there for the physical play, so they'll use up all the fouls he has.
The team's first.
So team fouls, which will come into play here in one matter or another in the next 5 or 6 minutes. Each team with 1 now. Neely has 4 minutes of playing time and 4 fouls. A point a minute's a fantastic night for a performer.
Foul a minute is at least a little bit desired. Although I did foul out an all-star game once, I think, in about 9 minutes.
There must be a story behind that. Humphreys
That's a rookie.
That's enough of the story. Bulls by 3. It's going to get down to it here. Bulls had led by 10, but the Bucks dug out of the hole now, so they're right into shooting range. Jordan, hard drive to the hole. He gets the foul and the basket. Jordan has 36 and has scored Chicago's last 12 points.
He's hurt, though. At least shaken up a little bit as he limps. You can see the obvious pain.
Anderson picked up the personal. That's 3 on Cadillac.
Let's watch the move. Michael, he gets the baseline, drives in, gets the body contact, and hits the deck pretty hard, but he's a competitor. He'll be out there.
Converts the 3. Last 13 points for Chicago have been scored by Michael Jordan. Bulls by 6. And Jordan's also defensing Pierce, who just lost him on a screen. Air ball collected by King. The Bulls run. Into Stacey King. Defense by Sigma. Offensive rebound to Pippen, who sticks it back in, and Pippen has 10, 8 in the second half.
You see what's happening. The old hole again is taking effect. They slide down, they fight back, and then slide back again. And again, it's just so difficult to do on the road.
Pass into Anderson. He'll get the basket. Almost automatically expect a whistle on a play like that. The Bulls intelligently stayed away from giving him a 3-point opportunity. Anderson hasn't missed from the floor 5 out of 5. Pippen dishes off to King. Beautiful play. Scottie Pippen is into this ball game since halftime.
Yeah, well, Anderson got caught looking to try to help out, and he lost his man, and that was an excellent pass off to get the easy 2.
Pippen, for all practical purposes, playing point guard, has 11 assists in this game. There's a mismatch as Humphrey slips on that floor. It'll be a turnover to go to Chicago.
Let's watch the last play. Here you're going to see the ball go inside now. Now, as he makes the move, you see the man who came over. Anderson came to help him aside. Actually, it looked like it was Pierce who got caught looking that time and not picking his man up. Anderson had dropped down from the high side.
17 Bucks turnovers in this ball game. 5 on the shot clock. Jordan over Pressey from long range. Big rebound by Neely, who'll get the hoop. Ed Neely has playoff intensity here tonight.
It's just a great effort on the part of Neely as he got the inside position, went up strong, able to finish the shot off and get it to the basket. But that's the kind of player he is, a hard worker.
Pierce really pounded him right across the bridge of the nose, too. He just took the punch and kept on going.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, you give him a hard hat.
92-82. Bulls back to a 10-point lead. This could be the biggest lead of the game if Neely can convert the free throw.
What Del Harris is talking about again is the resultant play down here because of the slip on the part of Humphreys down there, and he's complaining about getting that floor and wiping it up because it just seems though that the Bucks are slipping a lot more than the Bulls.
The Bucks have one offensive rebound in this ball game, the entire game. 18th Milwaukee turnover. Hodges gets the roll. Chicago is on fire, leading by 13. Timeout, Milwaukee. They haven't been this hot since Mrs. O'Leary's cow kicked over the bucket.
It's strange. I can't pick up anything.
Still, huh?
Cold filtered, never heat pasteurized, Miller Genuine Draft. For those who've discovered its real draft taste, the world is a very cool place.
NBA Leaders, brought to you by Honda, maker of fine quality automobiles.
Been navigating the San Juan Islands for some 20 years. To my eyes, while the view is impressive, it's this bridge I admire. It's a wonder of advanced engineering. Now you know why they call this boat a super ferry. I'd expect no less from any car, but mine's a Honda. And after a long day on the water, I love to sail home.
Time for our Honda NBA leaders. The most points in a playoff game, yes, Michael Jordan. But look 4 names down. 1967, 55 points.
You know what killed me about that? I missed 7 free throws in that game. We talked about the pick and roll. Now watch what happens here. Paul Press's not going to use the screen. He doesn't rub his man into it. He didn't set the guy up properly. They try to run it inside. Bad pass. Sigma can't handle it. And there's Neely. Then that converted down the other end as he kicked it out to Craig Hodges. Only one man back, and he was able to knife down through the opening. Pressy can't stop him. And the Bulls got control of this ball game right now.
Bucks closed to 83-80 at 1.5 minutes into the period, but the Bulls went on a 12-2 run. Last 7 points coming off the bench with King, Neely, and Hodges. So the Bulls bench came alive here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, the old deep hole syndrome is working again.
Ricky Pierce missing from the perimeter. Rebound King, another bench member with a rebound. 7 minutes to go in the game. Bulls by 13. Seemingly in control. Michael Jordan picking his way into the traffic. Over 2 defenders, doesn't get it. Grant with another offensive rebound for Chicago.
Well, 2 games we've done back-to-back here. The offensive board's playing a big factor. It was a big factor for Portland last night. And same thing here for Chicago.
Neely with a good pass inside to King, who got fouled by Sigma. Picked up his 4th.
See, now the Bulls don't have to be in a big rush with their offense. They can take their time, use the clock. Although they still have to continue, I think, to play the kind of basketball they've been playing that got them this lead. They don't want to go ahead and just change their whole style. There's still too much time left in the ball game with 6:31.
Stacey King's first playoff game. He's playing like a veteran. 9 rebounds to go with his 7 points. The Bulls by 14 with 6:27 to go. Milwaukee needs a run, and they need it right now. Sigma, nice pass inside.
Alvin
Robertson with the basket. Robertson has 16. Jordan off about 2 or 3 screens still draws the double team with 9 seconds on the shot clock. 7 now, and it'll be Chicago ball as Pippen is back into the game for Ed Neely, who gave him some great bench strength, and they love him in Chicago. It's a blue-collar town. He's their kind of guy. I didn't see any blood there, did you? With 2 seconds on the shot clock, Horace Grant buries the 2-pointer. He stepped on the line, and Grant has 19 points in this game. And he's been a monster on the offensive boards. Jordan with a steal. It's all Chicago. Jordan with the turnover.
Milwaukee ball.
Steal and the turnover. It's still all Chicago.
Yeah, Michael anticipated beautifully defensively to come up with the steal. And you can see he's mad at himself because he threw a horrible pass.
Pierce finally came back to offer Jay Humphries some help. Pippen was all over Alvin Robertson. Bulls by 14. Shot clock down to 7. Robertson. Tough shot. That's only the second offensive rebound of this ball game by the Milwaukee Bucks. Chicago has 13. That'll be goaltending counted on the transition. 100-86. Credit to basket to Scottie Pippen, who now has 12 points, 10 in the second half.
Bulls becoming very active defensively with their double teaming, creating some havoc with the Bucks.
Pierce on the tough drive. Stacey King was down there to break it up. It went off of King with 6 on the shot clock. The ball belongs to Milwaukee. Bill Cartwright checking back in for Chicago. He had a long rest. And that's because Stacey King, who'll get a big round of applause, goes to the bench. Utah out in front in the second period.
That's a very low-scoring game to be in the second period for those two clubs.
Particularly with the Phoenix Suns. That's kind of a Utah favor, would you say?
Yeah, I would think so. They'll run, but they don't want to run as much as Phoenix.
The shot clock was about to run out anyway as Milwaukee committed their 20th turnover of this ball game. Chicago only 11. So Chicago's taking care of the ball. They're offensively rebounding. And, of course, Jordan has 36 points. There's the double team. Jordan has 2 turnovers in a row also. The Bulls continue to lead by 14, however, with 4:14 remaining in the game.
Well, Michael saw the open man that time, but he threw a pass that, well, I tell you, I don't know, the best wide receiver in the world might not have caught that one so hard.
Milwaukee gets the timeout, trailing by 14 with 4 minutes to go. It'll take a miracle for Milwaukee to be able to steal this first game in the first-round playoffs in this Eastern Conference matchup.
Gillette announces a razor that can sense the individual needs of your face.
Gillette, the best a man can get.
Introducing the extraordinary Gillette Sensor Shaving System. Sensor blades are mounted on responsive springs to continuously sense and adjust to your face for the best shave a man can get. Closer, smoother, safer. New Gillette Sensor.
Gillette, the best a man can get. BF Goodrich TA tires.
They perform like great athletic shoes. BF Goodrich TA tires, the athletic shoes for your car.
BF Goodrich TA tires.
Us Free-Toes rusters never could rustle the Longhorn Corral, where original Free-Toes is raised, till we came up with an original plan. We started whooping it up, and they came right to us. Free-Toes never could resist the party. Just like we can't resist that original corn taste. Right, boys? A simple yes would have sufficed. Free-Toes corn chips. Rustle up some.
The type A personality vacation. The type B personality vacation. The best vacations are this vacation, the Royal Caribbean vacation.
Back to Chicago Stadium in a moment, but first, the final play of the quarter. Phoenix against Utah, 1.1 second. The pass to Eric Lechner. Throws it in. They counted as a three-pointer, yet both feet were inside the arc. But that gives Utah a lead of 3 at the end of a quarter. Let's go back to Bob Neal and Rick Barry at Chicago Stadium.
Sure, a good one, Utah and Phoenix. And here at Chicago Stadium, 4:07 remaining. It's Bulls by 14 points.
Well, you see left toe on the line for Horace Grant as he gets 2 points. He may be upset with the management, but I think he's kind of into this ball game.
Returning for Chicago.
Horace Grant, 19 points, 9 rebounds. Grant and Pippen, the Chicago forwards, have been monsters tonight. Pippen has played a great defensive game, has 12 points and 13 assists to go with 3 steals, 3 blocks, and 7 rebounds. Those two have been the story of this game, not Michael Jordan tonight. Sigma on the drive.
Chicago personal foul.
Well, you remember Milwaukee was up at 65%. Now to get down to 56% after a half of basketball and finishing to this point, in the game, you've got to be shooting some bad shots down in the low 40s.
20 turnovers, 10 less offensive rebounds too. That's the kind of shooting.
And also Ricky Pierce, the guy who was 8 for 9 at one point in the ball game, has lost his touch.
Well, Jordan has done a heck of a defensive job on him here late in the ball game. The steal by Robertson. We've seen this before. Pippen then knocks it away again. Scottie Pippen has been a monster in this game. He's done everything asked of him, offensively, defensively.
Look at the hustle on Pippen. They got quickly. He was able to get it off. He's saying that the ball last hit Alvin Robertson, and it sure did look like it. That's why he was saying it, because it looked like it bounced off the leg.
Oh, come on, give him a break. Pierce on the drive. No breaks given.
Jordan with the defense.
Jordan slapping away Jay Humphries' hands, giving it to Scottie Pippen. Blocked by Sigma, who gets it out here to Pierce, who has Robertson. No call. Robertson with the tip in. Pierce wanted one. The Bulls lead it by 12 with 3:06 to go. A couple of more defensive stops here. Paxson is shaken up.
Got hurt up in the left collarbone shoulder area.
And Milwaukee could get back into this game. Out of bounds. It'll belong to Chicago with 11 on the shot clock. Paxson seems to be okay.
He wants a 20-second timeout.
And Mark Feil will come and take a look at it.
20-second timeout, Chicago.
Right on the top of his left shoulder. So Del Harris finds his team down by 12 with 2:55 remaining. Chicago will have the ball with 11 on the shot clock. How is Milwaukee going to get the defensive stops they need to get back in here? They are down 12. It's possible still.
Well, yeah, possible, but not very probable. They need, of course, obviously, to play just good defense, make the Bulls take difficult shots, don't let them get into the basket. Then, of course, they also got to go ahead and box out, get their defensive boards, which they haven't done a great job of in this game.
Following this one, Houston at L.A. Ron Thule and Steve Jones standing by to bring you that as we continue playoff coverage on TNT. Another doubleheader comes your way tomorrow, Saturday. First of all, San Antonio. Denver will be playing down there. San Antonio leading in that series 1-0. Game 2, Dallas will be at Portland. Portland leads that series 1-0. Pippen on the turnaround. Lohaus blocked it, but they got him for the foul. By the way, Milwaukee has only one timeout left. Chicago all 4 if they need it, but they probably won't. Bucks in the penalty. And that's 5 personals on Lohaus.
Scottie Pippen to the line. He shoots 2.
And Scottie Pippen has done it all, including hit his free throw, something he could not do when he first came into the league, that's for sure. And he gets them both this time. 2 points in the first half for Pippen, 12 in the second half. He has 14 in the game now. Ricky Pierce, Jordan's all over him. Then Grant fouled him.
I'll tell you, when Michael goes into the paratrooper club, he goes seriously into the paratrooper club. Maybe about 3 feet of air between the bottom of his feet and the court.
I said he elevates his game in the playoffs. Pierce started out 9 of 11 from the field. We were talking about this, but has missed 7 of his last 8. And that's thanks to Jordan defense primarily. He's had to take shots he hadn't wanted to take. He's had to work very hard to even get the opportunity for the shot. Nevertheless, Pierce does have 24 points in the ballgame. Jordan had 29 at the half and has scored only 9 in the second half. But the rest of the Bulls have taken up the slack, particularly Grant and Pippen. In the playoffs, the Bulls are going to have that inside scoring from those two players. And Cartwright, probably. Stacey King came in and did a great job off the bench, even though he had only 7 points. He had 7 rebounds. There's Cartwright. Pippen with the jam. Oh, he's doing it all tonight. 16 points.
Yeah, you got to put a body on a guy like Scottie Pippen. You know he likes to take those running starts at the hoop, and that time Pierce just turned his head and Scottie had a free run.
Sikma for 3. Jordan with a rebound. This one's all over. Bulls by 14. They can just relax now. Under 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Bulls have a foul to give. Bucks in the penalty. As if that mattered. Jordan slipping on this floor. It has gotten better here in the second half. The fadeaway from Jordan. He was sliding backwards and to his left when he hit that jumper. He has 38. Jordan's playoff average, by the way, in first round games is 39 for his career. The foul and the basket. Pierce will get it to drop.
But I think he'll be under 46 tonight, though, don't you?
Looks like it.
His score, the team's score.
Pierce has 27 points. He's been about all Milwaukee's had. Roberts, Lohaus, Sikma have been very non-productive in this game. Roberts with 6, Lohaus 3, Sikma only 6 points.
It's been, even though this is a different Buck team and people are back healthy, it's kind of like what's taking place during the season. Even though you say you throw those games out, it's usually what Chicago has done. They've come on strong in the second half, especially in the third quarter. To be able to defeat Milwaukee. It's just like the Bucks aren't able to sustain things. The irony of it is the only game that the Bucks won in this series was the first game, and the score at the half was 64-63 in favor of Milwaukee, which was totally contrary to the way you think, that they really want to play the ball game.
Look at Pippen handle the ball. The front court, the starting front line of Milwaukee has contributed only 15 points and hit only 5 field goals out of 16 tries. Pippen throws up the prayer, almost got it. Michael Jordan like.
Well, Scottie, very creative, outstanding athlete. Played a heck of a ball game here tonight. And again, the Bucks, of course, are really so much of a guard-oriented type of a team. And have to rely a great deal on their outside shooting, and when that falters, it really hurts them. As we saw here in this ball game, especially in that third period, when Del Harris, after 5.5 minutes and only getting 5 points out of the starters, had to go to the bench quickly, and then Pierce did give him a little bit of a lift, but even he went cold.
Lohaus with a rebound. We talked about the 15 points from the Milwaukee front line. The Chicago front line has contributed 49. Pierce misses the 3-point attempt. Roberts runs it down. Lohaus will try the 3. Pippen with another rebound. He may be getting close to a triple-double. That is a triple-double for Scottie Pippen. That was his 10th rebound. What a night he's had, a career night. 17 points, 13 assists, and 10 rebounds. There's another assist, but the basket doesn't fall. 31.8 seconds remaining in this game, and the Bulls are making a clear statement here that they can play this half-court pounded inside basketball because Milwaukee forced them to do that much of the game. Lohaus fouls out, and King goes to line.
Well, the Bulls are certainly a very athletic team with guys like Pippen, guys like Michael Jordan on the team, and they can be explosive getting up and down the court in open court situations, but that really isn't their total style as Lohaus fouls out of the ball game. They're not going to get out there and play like a Denver or like a Phoenix. I mean, they take it when it comes. And this is one of the things that they wanted to be able to do, is to be able to play both ways, and they've shown tonight that they're capable of doing it.
Stacey King can match his rebounds and points with a free throw here. I think King's excellent performance is because of his new hairdo. Jackson on the drive. Pippen blocks it, but they got the foul on him. Pippen is everywhere.
Chicago personal foul, 33, Scottie Pippen, his fourth penalty.
23.3 seconds remaining in the game. The crowd here at Chicago Stadium heading for the exits, feeling good about that. And in the 8th inning over at Comiskey Park, White Sox are leading Toronto 3-1. Good news for the Chi Sox. They're off to a good start.
Gee, Bob, thanks for that tidbit of information. That just made my evening.
Well, one of the 7 or 8 people in the country are still Chicago White Sox fans. I bought a 1959 Chicago White Sox cap today, by the way, from the Go-Go Sox.
Oh, yeah. Your son Dave and son Rob will be proud of you, I think.
They'll continue to think I'm nuts. B.J. Armstrong just finishing up here for Chicago. 15 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Bulls are going to get away with a 1-0 lead in this series. B.J. Armstrong sticks the J with 8.8 remaining. Rick and I will be back in Milwaukee on Tuesday night to see these two teams match up again as we continue our playoff coverage. This one is going to be history. The Chicago Bulls 111-97 over the Milwaukee Bucks, and the brothers love it. The Blues brothers. Bill Jackson gets his first playoff win as a Chicago head coach.
Miller Genuine Draft.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Cold filtered, never heat pasteurized. Miller Genuine Draft. For those who've discovered its real draft taste, the world is a very cool place.
When we designed the new Honda Accord, we put everything on the line. The new Accord from Honda. You have to drive it to believe it.
The reason Robert isn't leaving is not because he doesn't want to be beaten on the basketball court. It's because he doesn't want to be beaten at home.
If you know of or suspect a case of child abuse, do something about it.
What would you call a pass that takes you to everywhere the NBA calls home? Anytime for any game next season. At TNT, we call it the Power Pass. And you can win one, complete with airfare, hotel, and tickets. To enter, just pick up the phone and call 1-900-3706-TNT. Or send a postcard with name, address, birth date, and phone to NBA on TNT as the rumble of the NBA playoffs continues on TNT.
The 1990 NBA playoffs on TNT are brought to you by Miller Lite, official sponsor of the NBA. When it's Miller Lite, less filling really tastes great. By Honda, maker of fine quality automobiles. Test drive a Honda at your local dealership today. And by Royal Caribbean. A Royal Caribbean cruise is lots of different vacations in one. Royal Caribbean, it's all here.
Well, the Chicago Bulls take a 1-game lead in this series, 111-97, and our Miller Lite player of the game tonight, Scottie Pippen, who did it all but sell popcorn. Look at that, a triple-double, 3 steals, 3 blocks. He was all over the floor. That's despite Jordan's 38 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and Grant had 19 points and 9 rebounds. Be sure to stay with TNT now as NBA action continues tonight as the Los Angeles Lakers take on the Houston Rockets in the opening round playoff game from Los Angeles. For Rick Barry, this is Bob Neal in Chicago.